First one, right?
The first one was the John Lennon assassination.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the question?
So, the first question was, how did you find out about, like, the assassination?
I'm trying to think. I think it was the newspaper the following day because it happened at night, and I don't remember seeing it on TV. I remember seeing the headlines in the newspaper the next day.
Right.
I think it was December 8th, if I remember correctly.
And what was your reaction?
Oh, everyone was shocked. I was in high school.
Yeah.
And big Beatles fan, and he was making a comeback. He just recorded back then records, a double album, and he was cleaning off the drugs, and he was really focusing on his family, and then that happened.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was shocking. Really, you don't expect that. And
Yeah.
he lived in New York because he liked being interaction with people, and there wasn't a lot of paparazzi. People just let him alone and do what he wanted. So that's why he loved living in New York. And then all of a sudden,
That really sucks.
yeah, oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It really was. Such a shock.
So John Lennon's assassin, his last name was Chapman.
Chapman, yeah.
Yeah. So in 2000 he was available for having patrol, and he was denied more than 10 times. How do you feel about that?
For parole?
Yeah, he was denied parole.
Parole, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, he's, I feel that's justice served. Yeah. You know, I think he went into, I don't think he went into like a hard prison. I think he went to a mental hospital,
Oh.
if I remember correctly. I don't think he was locked up, but I think they found him mentally incompetent or something. But anyway, yeah, keep him locked up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the next topic is video games.
Oh my gosh, video games in the 80s. That's when they really started to take off because the technology came so where you could have it in your house.
Yeah.
And I remember the first video game, I believe, was Atari Pong.
Oh.
And all it was, like, rewind back all those years ago, all it was basically tennis on the screen. And there was a line here and a line here, and the ball went a little, like a square dot, went to this line, and you had to move it to hit it, and then went over here and you had to move it and hit it. That was it, and that was like the biggest thing because it allowed everybody to have it in their house. Otherwise, you'd have to go to the arcade.
That was actually my first two questions.
Yes.
The first video game was
Pong.
Pong.
Yeah, I think it was Pong.
And I'm guessing it was also a console?
It was a console. Atari came with like this big joysticks like this, and it came with cartridges. As the 80s and the technology developed, they got slowly into, like, they had Pac-Man, and then they got into color. But everything was monochrome in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, everything absolutely monochrome. And then Nintendo had a set. Intellivision had one, but Atari was the first one. Oh, and after that there was I think Tank Command. Everything was all blocks. there's no graphics. Everything was blocks, and you shot each other with a tank. I think that's what I think that's all it was. Yeah, but back then you got to remember, we never saw technology like that.
Yeah.
You know, the same thing if you fast forward up to the iPhone, to make it where you had it in your hand in one device. I digress, but that's.
And the last question would be, do you think that the video games have had like the same concept throughout the years, as in, like, does it I don't know, like, does it have like the same feeling as it did like back then?
Well, I think now everybody it's so accessible that I don't know, the awe factor is not there
Right.
anymore. Like, we were watching literally, 2 blocks in a square going back and forth, and we thought that was the best thing ever, because you could never get it in your house. You
Right.
always had to go to the arcade game and play, and this was now brought your entertainment inside. So I think the thrill factor is just as exciting for the kids, with their Fortnite and things like that. But the awe, like, wow, I can't believe that technology is in our living room.
Right.
I don't think that's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.